In a world overwhelmed by empty words and fleeting noise, where true substance often seems buried, some questions arise. Can we show our true value without speaking a single word? Can we understand the essence and intentions of others without relying on language alone? The answer, according to ancient Stoic philosophy, is a resounding yes. The Stoics believe that courage is among the highest virtues one can embody, and it's a quality that speaks loudest through action, not words. Today, we invite you to join us on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Together, we'll explore how to recognize your true worth and become an inspiring example, not only for yourself but also for those around you. Stay with us until the end, where you'll uncover practical lessons that can strengthen your spirit and plans in the face of any challenge. If this is your first visit to the channel, consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up so I can keep bringing you content like this. In this video, we dive deep into Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that goes beyond simply toughing it out. It's about understanding what genuinely matters in life, especially within our relationships. Let's get started by talking about presenting yourself with dignity. Before you picture a Stoic as a stone-faced figure from ancient times, let's clear something up. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless or indifferent. It's about understanding where your energy and focus truly belong. When it comes to relationships, many of us try so hard to impress others that we lose ourselves along the way, altering how we dress, speak, and even think, just to gain approval. Here's where Stoic wisdom steps in. Your dignity is not in the clothes you wear or the places you go, but in your actions and choices. Imagine you're at a cafe watching two people on a date. One is over the top, trying to impress, the other, relaxed and authentic. Which one makes the lasting impression? It's the one who is true to themselves, comfortable in their own skin. Living with integrity and self-respect is key in Stoicism, and it's relevant today more than ever. Be passionate about what you care about, let it shine through naturally. Authenticity is not about pretending to be someone you're not, it's about embracing who you truly are. Treat yourself with respect, because the way you treat yourself signals to others how they should treat you. Value your time, energy, and emotions. They're worth more than you may realize. In relationships, it's not just about what you say, but how you react and carry yourself. Are you driven by dignity or desperation? Are you staying true to your values or bending them just to fit in? It's not about being perfect. We all have flaws, awkward moments, and stumbles. What matters is how we handle these moments. Do we let them break us down, or do we rise with resilience? Let's reflect on how we can embody more dignity in our daily interactions. Perhaps it starts with setting clear boundaries, communicating firmly but respectfully what we're willing to accept and what we're not. Protecting our emotional integrity starts with establishing a standard of mutual respect. One way to present ourselves with dignity is by learning to say no to things that don't align with our values and priorities. This might mean declining commitments or situations that compromise our principles or bring discomfort. By doing so, we reaffirm our right to live in line with our convictions, showing loyalty to ourselves. Additionally, treating others with kindness and respect in daily interactions, acknowledging the humanity in each person and empathizing with their experiences, helps us build authentic and meaningful relationships. When we begin to honor our own dignity, we project a natural confidence and self-respect that the world can't help but notice. This influence shapes how others treat us, creating a positive cycle of mutual respect that reflects each person's inherent worth. Now, let's talk about knowing your worth. I get it, you're probably bracing for another boost your self-esteem pep talk. But hear me out, because this isn't about staring in the mirror and reciting self-affirmations. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and our self-esteem falls entirely within that realm. It's not about social media likes or friend requests, it's about how you perceive and value yourself. Think of yourself as a precious gemstone. Not everyone may see the value of a rare gem, some will overlook it, unaware of its true worth. But that doesn't change the gemstone's intrinsic value. Likewise, your worth doesn't diminish because someone else fails to recognize it. Remember, you are unique, genuine, and valuable. We all face rejection or feel not good enough at times, especially in a world where everyone seems to showcase their best lives. But Stoicism reminds us that our worth isn't defined by someone else's approval, it's anchored in how we live our lives, in our virtues, and in our actions. Are you kind? Honest? Living with integrity? That's where your true worth lies. The Stoics valued self-reflection, so take a moment to consider your core qualities, those that make you proud, like compassion, resilience, or being a good listener. These attributes form the basis of your worth. And when you truly understand this, it transforms your relationships. You won't tolerate disrespect, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep respect for yourself. Here's a Stoic exercise. The next time you feel slighted, instead of slipping into self-doubt, take a moment to acknowledge your strengths and values. This isn't about becoming arrogant, it's a quiet reminder that you're deserving of respect. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not external events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In relationships, recognizing our own worth is essential. Our value isn't defined solely by others' perceptions, it resides within our self-awareness and self-respect. This is a daily practice, a habit of nurturing our self-esteem and inner confidence. Each day, we have the opportunity to reaffirm our worth and live in alignment with the virtues that make us proud. Each day, we have the opportunity to affirm our worth, regardless of others' opinions or judgments. This isn't about external validation, it's about recognizing that we are inherently valuable, deserving of love and respect simply because we believe it at our core. As we embark on this journey of self-awareness and acceptance, we come to realize that our worth isn't defined by others, it lives within our essence and authenticity. Each step in this self-discovery process brings us closer to understanding and appreciating our true value, allowing us to see our unique strengths and virtues clearly. This journey of personal growth teaches us that our worth is something we can cultivate and nurture over time, empowering us to take control of our lives and relationships. Freeing ourselves from the need for external validation allows us to live with a solid foundation of self-confidence. Ultimately, it's about finding strength in our own value, whether or not others recognize it, and knowing that we are worthy simply by being true to ourselves. Acting with boundaries, don't tell me, show me. When it comes to setting boundaries, actions speak louder than words. It's one thing to tell someone where you draw the line, but another to show it through your actions. Anyone can say they won't accept disrespect, but the real test comes when that boundary is challenged. Do you hold firm or allow it to be crossed? True strength lies in what we do, not just in what we say. Setting boundaries isn't always easy, especially when emotions are involved, but here's where Stoic wisdom shines. Everything within our control includes how we react. If someone oversteps a boundary, it's your response, not your words, that enforces it. Let's say you value honesty, and someone lies to you. How you handle the situation, whether by calmly addressing it or stepping back, demonstrates that you respect your boundary and expect others to as well. This approach fosters respect and integrity without unnecessary drama, letting people know you stand by your values. This isn't just about the big boundaries, it's about the small, everyday ones too. How you respond when someone cancels last minute or overlooks your effort speaks volumes. Calm actions and clear words communicate that these behaviors aren't acceptable without needing to make a scene. This calm, steady approach strengthens your boundaries and shows others the standards you're committed to maintaining. Mindfulness, in this context, goes beyond simply being present. It means observing each thought, emotion, and reaction that arises, allowing us to reflect on whether our actions align with our boundaries and core values. Through this continuous self-awareness, we can honestly assess whether we're acting in line with our principles or bending to external pressures. This practice invites us to look closely at our interactions, ensuring that each response reflects our truest selves and core values. Mindfulness in everyday situations invites us to observe our reactions and ask whether we're staying true to ourselves. It's about becoming a witness to our own boundaries, recognizing when we feel comfortable or compromised, and taking steps to safeguard our integrity and emotional well-being. Often, it's in the small, seemingly insignificant moments that our boundaries are truly tested and the strength of our character is revealed. Practicing mindfulness challenges us to stay present, to be aware of how we react to life circumstances, and to cultivate clarity and discernment in our actions. As we navigate our lives and interact with others, we can adopt a Stoic perspective on establishing personal boundaries. This isn't about setting strict rules or becoming inflexible, it's about developing an inner compass to guide our actions and reactions. Inspired by Stoic principles, this internal compass encourages us to be mindful of our boundaries and values, choosing actions that reflect who we are and what we stand for. It's not about shutting ourselves off from others, but about establishing healthy, authentic boundaries that align with our values. Living in this way, others start to notice. We project a quiet confidence that says, "This is who I am, and these are my principles." People come to see us as individuals who respect themselves enough to expect the same from others. This approach not only enhances our self-esteem and confidence but also allows us to build more authentic and respectful relationships. In a world often filled with uncertainty, living according to our values and boundaries makes us a beacon of integrity and authenticity. Limiting access, respecting your own value. It might sound old-fashioned, or even a bit strict, but hear me out. Limiting access isn't about playing hard to get, it's about understanding and respecting your own worth. Stoicism teaches the value of self-discipline and control, but in a way that feels natural and intentional. It's about recognizing what's truly valuable and not giving it away carelessly. In a world that often prizes instant gratification, this approach can feel refreshingly different. Consider relationships and dating. There's often an urge to dive in, to share our time, our space, and our innermost thoughts right away. But Stoic wisdom would suggest a pause, a moment to appreciate that what is readily available can sometimes lose its value. If you're always available, always saying yes, you may lose some of the mystery, depth, and anticipation that make connections meaningful. To limit access in a dignified, Stoic way, start with how you present yourself. Dress elegantly but modestly. This isn't just about fashion, it's a statement that says, I value myself. You're not hiding, but you're also not revealing everything at once. It's about finding balance, suggesting there's more to you than what's immediately visible. In a constantly connected world, being selective with your time is powerful. This isn't about playing games, it's about communicating that your time is valuable and that you're careful with whom you share it. When you're with someone, be fully present and engaged. But when you're not, feel comfortable being unavailable, knowing that your time and energy are devoted to your own passions, growth, and life. Stoicism also teaches emotional self-control, not to become distant, but to manage your emotional energy wisely. This means remaining steady and composed, not allowing every interaction to drain or deeply affect you. It's about maintaining an inner calm, choosing where to invest your energy. Ultimately, living with this self-respect and intentionality sends a strong message. It tells the world that you value yourself, your time, and your boundaries, making it clear that not everything is for public access. This creates an aura of dignity and strength, a quiet confidence that others can respect and admire. Embracing depth over instant access, a Stoic approach to relationships. Let's be clear, I'm not suggesting we turn into Stoic statues. We're human, after all, and it's our connections with others that bring richness to life. But there's something undeniably beautiful in taking things slow, in fostering a connection that goes beyond instant access and immediate gratification. It's about creating something with real depth, something that can withstand the test of time. Remember, limiting access isn't about playing games or manipulating emotions. Quite the opposite, it's an act of deep self-respect. By carefully choosing how and when we share ourselves, we send a clear message that we value ourselves, and we expect the same from others. Limiting access is a conscious commitment to align our actions with our core values. It's about being selective in our interactions, discerning in our choices, and moderate in our expressions. It's a practice that both protects our self-esteem and strengthens our emotional integrity. In doing so, we're bringing a bit of ancient Stoic wisdom into our modern relationships. We're setting clear boundaries that reflect our dignity and self-worth. And believe me, this approach changes how others perceive and treat us. By valuing ourselves and embodying the Stoic ideals of integrity and strength, we're sending a powerful message: we deserve respect, and we won't compromise our values out of fear of loneliness or a desire for acceptance. Actions over words, the heart of Stoic wisdom in relationships. At the core of Stoicism is practical wisdom, judging others by their actions, not just their words. In a world full of charming words and empty promises, this philosophy encourages us to look past surface-level talk and focus on behavior. When it comes to relationships, Stoicism reminds us to observe actions because they reveal the truth more reliably than words ever could. We've all been there. Someone makes grand promises or says exactly what we want to hear, and it's easy to get swept up. But if their actions don't follow through, we end up questioning whether those words meant anything at all. This is where our inner Stoic needs to step in. Stoicism teaches us not to be easily swayed by words or driven by fleeting emotions. It's about seeing things as they are. If actions and words don't align, it's a sign to pay attention. Shifting our focus to actions over words fundamentally changes our relationships. Instead of getting caught up in what people say, we start to notice the subtle details, how they handle stress, if they follow through, if they're present for us in real ways. When we prioritize actions, we raise our standards and make it clear that words alone aren't enough. Those around us understand that to earn a place in our lives, they need to demonstrate their intentions consistently through real, tangible actions. This shift empowers us to cultivate meaningful relationships rooted in mutual trust and respect, where coherence between words and actions is paramount. By aligning our approach to relationships with Stoic wisdom, we create healthier, more satisfying bonds that stand on a foundation of authenticity. Embracing detachment with dignity, a Stoic approach to love and relationships. Adopting a Stoic attitude in love means being rational, observant, and wise in our interactions. It's about understanding that actions, not words, reveal the truth of someone's feelings and intentions. By committing to this philosophy, we empower ourselves to make more conscious decisions, rooted in an honest understanding of ourselves and those around us. 5. Be ready to walk away. One of the core Stoic principles, detachment, offers profound guidance here. In Stoic thought, detachment is not about being cold or unfeeling but about understanding what we can and cannot control. When it comes to relationships, this principle teaches us to hold on loosely, so we retain the power to leave situations that compromise our values. We've all experienced times when our instincts tell us we're not receiving what we deserve, yet we stay, often out of fear of loneliness or the hope that things might improve. The Stoic approach encourages us to recognize that choosing to stay in a relationship that clashes with our values is within our control. With this mindset, we understand that we also have the power to walk away when the situation demands it. This isn't a call to abandon a relationship at the first sign of trouble. After all, relationships require patience, commitment, and work. Rather, it's about recognizing and deeply understanding our own worth, so when a relationship misaligns with that worth, we have the strength to let it go. The power of knowing when to walk away. Being prepared to walk away is an act of self-respect. It takes courage, clarity, and inner strength to recognize when a situation or relationship no longer aligns with our values or sense of dignity. Importantly, this doesn't have to be a dramatic or confrontational act. Often, it's a peaceful realization that we deserve something more fulfilling. Facing the unknown is challenging, and the uncertainty of leaving a relationship can be intimidating. Yet Stoicism teaches us to meet adversity with courage and accept that life is always changing. Letting go of what no longer serves us is like clearing space for new possibilities and personal growth. By stepping away from relationships that no longer nourish us, we open ourselves to a future that respects our emotional well-being. In walking away, we affirm our worth without making judgments about others. We don't have to see leaving as rejecting the other person, rather, we're simply choosing to uphold our boundaries. This choice honors our emotional health and self-respect, reminding us that we deserve relationships that support our growth and bring out the best in us. Living fully and authentically. As we reflect on the idea of detachment, let's remember that being ready to walk away isn't about being distant or uncaring. Instead, it's about practicing self-love and holding ourselves with dignity. By saying, "I deserve better," we reaffirm our values and invite relationships that respect us. The Stoic approach helps us create fulfilling and authentic lives by reminding us that we hold the power to shape our experiences. We can face life with resilience and embrace relationships that enhance our well-being. Through this perspective, we cultivate courage and live in a way that honors our deepest principles and values. By having the courage to walk away from what no longer serves us, we affirm our self-worth and honor our truest needs. When we become willing to leave behind what's harmful, we gain clarity about what we genuinely value in our relationships. This insight empowers us to recognize toxic patterns and make choices that align with our lasting happiness and well-being. Remember, the readiness to walk away is not just an act of self-love, it's a powerful commitment to living a full and authentic life. It reinforces that we deserve respect and kindness in every connection, and that we're prepared to protect those rights with unwavering determination. In Stoicism, there's a profound focus on personal integrity and the courage to stand by our principles. This philosophy teaches us the power of saying no in relationships, a skill rooted in self-respect. Imagine being in a relationship where something doesn't sit right, a pace that feels too fast, or a suggestion that compromises your values. Going along with it might seem easiest, but this is where your inner strength must step in. Saying no isn't just about declining, it's about respecting yourself and your values. It can be tough, especially if you care deeply for the other person, and there may be a voice whispering, "What if this drives them away?" But here, courage becomes essential. Stoicism reminds us that bravery isn't only for facing external challenges but also for confronting internal ones. Saying no is a powerful declaration of self-worth. If standing up for your values causes someone to pull away, then perhaps they weren't the right person for you. This approach can transform a relationship dynamic. When someone realizes that you won't compromise your values to please them, their respect for you deepens. They see someone who respects and values themselves. Furthermore, saying no isn't just about setting boundaries with others, it's about being true to ourselves and acknowledging our real desires without compromising. Refusing something contrary to your values is an act of authenticity and self-assertion. It helps you uphold healthy boundaries and live by your core principles, embodying the wisdom of the Stoics. Saying no means honoring your authentic needs instead of yielding to external pressures or others' demands. It's self-care and honesty at its best. By clearly expressing our needs, we cultivate relationships where we, and others, are valued for who we genuinely are. So, let's remember, Saying no is an act of self-love and a step toward fulfilling, authentic relationships. By embracing this power, we stand rooted in personal integrity, empowered to live authentically in all our interactions. Saying no can be an act of liberation, affirming your autonomy and dignity, and giving you the freedom to live true to yourself. Refusing to compromise your values and integrity for the sake of convenience or social acceptance is a powerful act of self-respect. By exercising the strength of saying no, you are consciously shaping the direction of your relationships, creating clear boundaries, and protecting your authentic self. It's a way of putting your emotional and moral well-being at the forefront, ensuring it holds as much weight as any other consideration. Furthermore, when you say no with respect and firmness, you're setting clear expectations for others, fostering more authentic and transparent communication. This cultivates an environment of trust and mutual respect, where everyone feels empowered to express their needs and boundaries. Saying no, when necessary, not only strengthens your own self-esteem but also solidifies your relationships, laying a firm foundation of understanding and respect. Skepticism, an essential element of Stoic philosophy, encourages us to approach life with clear eyes and a critical mind. In the context of relationships, it's not about being cynical or negative, but rather about taking a step back and seeing things as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. We've all heard comforting words and believed them, often overlooking the red flags that might be lurking beneath the surface. This is where our inner Stoic self comes in. A healthy dose of skepticism acts as a protective shield, not against love, but against being swept up by illusions or unrealistic expectations. It doesn't mean doubting every word or questioning every gesture, but rather observing, questioning, and taking the time to truly understand what's unfolding before us. Let's set the scene. You meet someone, and they seem incredible. They're saying all the right things, talking about a future together. But it's only been a few weeks. Your Stoic side would remind you, slow down, don't rush into anything. Let's see if their actions align with their words. Skepticism serves as a reality check, urging you not to lose yourself in the excitement of romance. It's not about bombarding the person with doubts, but about listening carefully, observing their actions, and allowing time for consistency and authenticity to emerge. The Stoics emphasized the importance of logic and reason, not simply letting emotions lead the way. This is crucial in relationships. Balancing emotions with logic can be challenging, but by embracing a healthy skepticism, we give ourselves the space to assess situations more clearly and objectively. It helps us make decisions that are grounded in reality and aligned with our true needs. With this mindset, we can distinguish between what is truly beneficial for us and what might pose a risk to our emotional well-being. Skepticism also shields our hearts from potential disappointments and harm by not rushing into situations without fully understanding the other person's intentions and compatibility with our own values. This isn't about building walls around your heart, it's about cautiously and thoughtfully opening doors. By practicing skepticism, we can stay attuned to our emotions while protecting ourselves from hasty decisions. It allows us to explore new connections with a clear mind and an open yet guarded heart. Embracing imperfections is another key aspect of Stoic philosophy. It teaches us to flow with the natural rhythms of life, to accept reality with calm and grace. In love, this philosophy offers profound and transformative lessons, urging us to approach relationships not with blind optimism, but with wisdom, patience, and a discerning heart. Adopting a Stoic perspective, we come to terms with the fact that both we and our loved ones are imperfect beings, each subject to life's uncertainties and human limitations. Instead of striving for perfection in ourselves or others, we learn to embrace imperfections as an inherent part of the human experience. We value authenticity over appearances, discovering beauty in vulnerability and sincerity. By accepting these imperfections with compassion and understanding, we open the door to mutual growth and real connection. This practice of acceptance allows us to build relationships rooted in genuine care, where support and understanding form the foundation. Rather than resisting reality or trying to mold others into what we desire, we learn to adapt and flow with what life presents. In doing so, we find a profound sense of peace in the present moment. Acceptance means acknowledging both our own flaws and those of others, understanding that mistakes and challenges are part of the journey. Instead of judging, we offer ourselves and others compassion, recognizing that everyone is doing their best with the tools they have in that moment. This fosters empathy, allowing us to see life through another's eyes, to understand their struggles, their motivations, and their wounds. As we do this, we strengthen our bonds of trust and connection. In relationships, trust is nurtured by mutual understanding, and an environment of support flourishes in the presence of unconditional acceptance. When we learn to embrace reality as it is and to flow with the circumstances, we cultivate deep, fulfilling relationships where love naturally thrives. By practicing acceptance and understanding, we create a space where connection is not only possible but inevitable. Stoicism teaches us to find beauty and meaning in every experience, including in love, by acknowledging imperfections and embracing them with grace and compassion. In summary, Stoicism invites us to embrace reality fully, to find value and beauty in all experiences, especially in our relationships. By practicing acceptance, understanding, and compassion, we foster authentic connections that are deeply satisfying and grounded in mutual support. Underscore 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 underscore. One of the most powerful principles in Stoicism, and particularly in relationships, is the concept of not chasing. This principle closely ties into everything we've discussed, especially when viewed through a Stoic lens. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what's within our control and letting go of what is not. This philosophy becomes incredibly relevant when we apply it to relationships, where the act of chasing after someone who is withdrawing is not only futile but misaligned with our self-respect and values. Imagine this: you're in a relationship, and everything seems to be going well. Then, distance begins to grow between you and the other person. Instinctively, you might feel the urge to chase after them, to fill the gap, to somehow make things right. But here's where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in. The Stoics would ask, Why chase after something that's not under your control? What about your dignity? Your peace of mind? Chasing someone who is pulling away is like trying to hold water between your fingers. No matter how hard you try, it slips away, leaving you feeling empty and unfulfilled. The true Stoic approach is about having the courage to let go of what no longer serves us. It's about clearing out space for something more aligned with who we are and what we truly deserve. Holding on to a relationship that no longer brings you peace or fulfillment only prevents new opportunities for growth and joy. By letting go, we make room for something better, something more suited to our authentic needs and desires. And in doing so, we reclaim our sense of self-respect and honor our worth. By clearing the clutter from our lives, we make room for clarity and freshness. While distancing ourselves from what no longer nourishes us may be difficult, it is ultimately an act of self-love and authenticity. The Stoic focus lies in standing firm in our own value. If someone is pulling away, let them. It's not about being cold or indifferent, it's about recognizing that we cannot control someone else's feelings or actions, we can only control our response. Let's be honest, it's not easy. It takes immense strength to resist the urge to chase, to not give in to the impulse of trying to fix things. But the real power lies in trusting that if someone truly wants to be with us, they will be. When we stop chasing, we begin to focus on ourselves, on our own growth, goals, and well-being. And that's when something amazing happens. We begin to attract people who are drawn to our strength, confidence, and self-assurance. It's like we send out a signal that says, I value myself. The Stoic approach to relationships is about respecting ourselves and focusing on what we can control. It's about finding peace within ourselves, not seeking validation from the outside world. We hold the power to choose how we respond to the world around us. Remember, we are the architects of our own dignity, the guardians of our self-esteem. Let's embrace this power and let our actions, choices, and boundaries speak for the amazing individuals we are. These are the ways we show our worth and recognize the worth of others, by living out Stoic principles through actions, not just words. Courage isn't something we merely talk about, it's something we demonstrate through our decisions and behavior. By choosing not to chase, we free ourselves from the emotional trap of seeking external validation, affirming that our self-worth is intrinsic, unshakable, and not dependent on others' reactions or behaviors. It requires courage, self-awareness, and an unwavering belief in our own value, regardless of external factors. This is personal empowerment, a declaration that we will no longer seek our dignity or validation in the hands of others. Adopting a non-chasing mindset is an exercise in detachment, a key skill in Stoic philosophy. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means letting go of unrealistic expectations and accepting reality as it is. It allows us to move more fluidly with the changes and challenges life presents. When we relinquish the need to control the outcome of our relationships, we open up space for freedom and serenity, living in greater harmony with Stoic principles of acceptance and equanimity. By choosing not to chase, we cultivate self-respect and self-love, recognizing that we deserve to be treated with kindness and consideration. This starts by stepping away from situations that do not emotionally nourish us. On the other hand, By making room for the other person's freedom and autonomy, we foster a healthier dynamic. We create a foundation for a genuine connection, one based on mutual respect and understanding. Instead of suffocating our partner with expectations, we allow them to express themselves authentically, which strengthens emotional bonds and contributes to a more balanced and harmonious relationship. In practicing non-chasing, we also honor each individual's unique journey. We understand that everyone moves at their own pace, growing and evolving in their own time. This respect for personal growth allows us to be more compassionate and empathetic toward others, freeing us from the pressure to control the course of relationships. By trusting in the natural flow of life, we open ourselves to new opportunities for growth and learning. This approach allows us to embrace the unpredictability of relationships, giving us the space to truly experience life as it comes. Underscore 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 underscore. Unconditional love is a foundational concept in Stoic philosophy. It goes beyond merely loving others without expecting anything in return. It embodies the idea of loving others as they are, without trying to change or control them. Unconditional love is a powerful principle that goes beyond merely loving others for their actions or achievements. It involves recognizing and valuing the intrinsic worth of every person, regardless of their circumstances. By practicing unconditional love for ourselves, we commit to accepting and valuing who we are, embracing both our strengths and flaws. This self-love frees us from excessive self-criticism and negative judgments, allowing us to build a healthier and more compassionate relationship with ourselves. When it comes to others, unconditional love means more than just offering empathy during tough times. It's about accepting people as they are, without trying to change them or judge their decisions. It's about showing up for others, truly listening to their struggles, fears, and concerns, and offering support when needed, even if it takes us out of our comfort zone. By practicing this kind of unconditional love, we not only demonstrate empathy, but we also strengthen our relationships, building bonds that are grounded in mutual respect and trust. It's important to remember that unconditional love isn't just about offering support during moments of crisis. It's also about celebrating the achievements and successes of others. Sharing in someone's joy, supporting them during their victories, creates solidarity and further strengthens our connections. Unconditional love also involves learning to forgive, letting go of resentment, and releasing bitterness toward those who may have hurt or disappointed us. This doesn't mean we justify the harm they've caused, but we understand that, like us, they too are human, making mistakes and facing their own challenges. Forgiveness frees us from the emotional burden of resentment, allowing us to move forward with compassion and inner peace. When we practice unconditional love and forgiveness, we not only build stronger, more meaningful relationships, but we also grow and evolve as individuals. We free ourselves from the weight of past hurts and open space for personal growth and emotional healing. By letting go of grudges and embracing forgiveness, we leave behind the pain of the past, creating room for deeper connections and new opportunities for love and understanding. In short, Unconditional love and forgiveness invite us to accept others with all their imperfections and flaws, recognizing their inherent value as human beings. It challenges us to show compassion and empathy, even when we've been hurt, and to remain open to reconciliation. Through forgiveness, we create space for personal growth, healing, and emotional freedom. This practice allows us to experience richer, more fulfilling relationships with others, as well as with ourselves, leading to a more meaningful and satisfying life. Underscore 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 underscore. Don't completely center your life around another person. In today's society, it's easy to fall into the trap of putting others on a pedestal, losing sight of our own path and sense of self. When we focus solely on someone else, we risk sacrificing our own direction and peace of mind. But by forging our own way, by prioritizing our own goals and values, we not only grow as individuals but become more valuable in all our relationships. Remember, no one can harm you without your consent. Don't let others control you. Your peace, your worth, and your direction in life are yours to protect and define. This powerful insight reminds us that we are the ultimate guardians of our inner peace, and that when we live authentically, aligned with our true selves, we become more resilient, empowered, and connected to those who truly matter. In today's world, where the opinions of others often feel inescapable, it's crucial to realize that we hold the power to decide how those judgments affect us. Our emotional well-being is within our control, and it starts with mastering our own minds and emotions. This means embracing self-reflection, being authentic, and learning to live without fear of criticism or external judgment. When we embody this Stoic principle, we become the architects of our own lives, cultivating self-respect and self-worth that only grow stronger with time. By doing so, we make ourselves more valuable, not just to ourselves, but to others as well. In the face of challenges and criticism, let's remember the empowering words of Marcus Aurelius: "No one can harm you without your consent." This powerful philosophy reminds us to stay true to our values and principles, even when relationships or circumstances might pressure us to compromise them. In love, this means ensuring that our romantic relationships are rooted in what matters most to us. It's about aligning our relationships with our core values, values like honesty, trust, respect, and equality. For instance, if we value honesty, it's vital that our connection is based on transparency and open communication. If we cherish mutual respect, we must ensure that our interactions with our partner reflect these ideals in every way. Living according to our values doesn't just mean making good decisions in the easy times, it means sticking to what we believe is right, even when external pressures challenge us. This could mean setting healthy boundaries or, when necessary, walking away from a relationship that doesn't align with our ethical standards. But it's through this commitment that we build a lasting, meaningful connection with others, one that is grounded in mutual respect, trust, and growth. By consistently aligning our actions with our values, we create relationships that feel authentic and true. For example, If loyalty is important to us, we strive to be faithful and trustworthy in our actions. If generosity is a core value, we show up selflessly for our partner. This congruence between what we value and what we do nurtures an environment of trust, where both partners feel secure and valued. But living by our values does more than just build trust, it inspires our partners to do the same. As we act with integrity, we encourage mutual growth and understanding, helping both partners navigate the highs and lows of life with a deeper connection. When challenges arise, it's these values that guide us, allowing us to make thoughtful, ethical decisions that protect our relationship and resolve conflicts constructively. In the end, living a life rooted in our values doesn't just improve our well-being, it strengthens the foundation of our relationship, creating a satisfying and enduring bond built on respect, integrity, and growth. This principle of virtue extends beyond simply being loyal, honest, and compassionate. It's about striving to be the best versions of ourselves in every aspect of the relationship. Honesty becomes more than just openness, it becomes authenticity in every interaction. Loyalty goes beyond faithfulness, it's about showing up consistently, even when it's difficult. And compassion isn't just a kind gesture, it's a deep commitment to understanding and supporting one another. In a truly virtuous relationship, both partners strive to grow, support, and be the best they can be, not just for themselves, but for each other. By practicing virtue, we create an environment where both partners can thrive, fostering trust, deep connection, and lasting happiness. It's about committing to love, and not only in its joy but also in its challenges, knowing that together, we can weather anything as long as we honor the values that brought us together in the first place. A successful relationship is not just about emotional and physical fidelity, it's about a deep, unwavering commitment to being there for your partner in every circumstance. It's about offering support during difficult times, being a steady presence when life gets tough, and facing challenges together as a team. Compassion, an essential part of virtue, invites us to step into our partner's shoes, to understand their perspective, and to be empathetic toward their emotions and experiences. In a relationship based on mutual respect and virtue, we foster a climate of trust and support that strengthens the emotional connection between us. Respect in a virtuous relationship is not just about valuing our partner as an individual, but also about actively promoting their growth, both personally and professionally. It's about listening to their thoughts, understanding their concerns, and collaborating on decisions that benefit both of you. A strong partnership is built on mutual appreciation, so expressing gratitude for your partner's contributions and efforts is vital. This strengthens the emotional bond and deepens the connection, making love and understanding flourish. Ultimately, a relationship grounded in virtue becomes the foundation for a solid and satisfying partnership, where respect and trust are unwavering. By living with the highest moral and ethical principles, we create an environment of honesty, loyalty, compassion, and mutual respect, leading to an authentic and lasting connection. But the journey doesn't stop at respecting and valuing others. Allowing others to invest in you is equally important. This involves recognizing your own uniqueness and worth, understanding that true appreciation isn't about your presence alone, but about becoming an essential and valuable part of someone else's life. When someone invests their time, emotions, and energy into you, a deeper and more enduring bond is created. This is how your role in their life shifts from something transient to something genuinely meaningful. This process isn't about desperately seeking attention or love. It's about demonstrating your own value in a way that makes others want to invest in you. You become a presence they can't afford to lose, someone who enriches their world and adds significant value. The words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca resonate with this idea. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Your true worth is not just in being present, but in earning the respect and admiration of those around you, allowing your relationships to become rich and rewarding. This concept is illustrated in the relationship between Alexander the Great and his teacher Aristotle. Aristotle wasn't just a tutor, he was a guiding force for Alexander, offering wisdom that transcended traditional teaching. Alexander, known for his ambition, recognized the invaluable lessons Aristotle had to offer and dedicated himself to learning them, understanding that a relationship built on effort and mutual respect is one that stands the test of time. In this video, we've explored 11 core principles that help build healthy, meaningful relationships. We've seen how unconditional love, inspired by Stoic philosophy, teaches us to let go of control and focus on what we can change. By living in alignment with our values, we not only strengthen our own integrity but inspire our partners to do the same, promoting growth and understanding. Allowing others to invest in us, recognizing our worth, and practicing virtue in all aspects of our romantic relationships leads to a foundation of trust, respect, and deep connection. Ultimately, it's about building relationships that endure, evolve, and enrich the journey we share together. Loyalty, at its core, is about more than just commitment. It's a dedication to mutual growth, personal development, and continuous support. It's about strengthening the foundations of a lasting connection, one built on shared values and an unwavering bond. By adopting a Stoic approach, we learn to face life's challenges with calm and clarity, finding balance within ourselves and cultivating an authentic, grounded connection to our own hearts. This process not only transforms the way we engage with others but also empowers us to become the architects of our own happiness, shaping relationships that are truly enriching and meaningful. These principles, when applied consistently in our daily lives, have the power to not only transform our relationships but to transform ourselves. True growth comes from continuous reflection, diligent practice, and the willingness to evolve in both love and life. As we work on these aspects, we create a path toward a fuller, more rewarding existence, one where each experience, whether joyful or challenging, becomes an opportunity to deepen our wisdom and understanding. As we conclude this journey together, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your presence and commitment throughout this video. I truly hope the insights and reflections shared have inspired and enriched your perspective, offering new tools for personal growth and a fresh outlook on relationships. Remember, relationships are not static. They are ongoing journeys of learning and evolution. Every experience, no matter the difficulty, is an important step toward our development. If you've made it this far, I'd love for you to share in the comments, "I am ready to apply these principles in my life." This simple action will not only affirm your commitment to growth but also strengthen the bond we share in this community, reinforcing our mutual dedication to evolving together. May you take these principles with you, nurturing authentic, meaningful relationships, and living each day with purpose and fulfillment. Thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you in our next video.